At least 151 people have died in landslides that hit Kerala's hilly Wayanad district in India. According to Kerala Health Minister Wayanad George, the postmortem of 116 bodies have been completed. As of now, 481 people have been successfully rescued and around 3,069 have been shifted to around 45 relief camps in Wayanad alone. At least 98 are still feared trapped under the debris. The regions shown on your screens are among the areas affected. These regions have been isolated and roads have been washed away, further challenging rescue operations. Two massive landslides washed away Mundakai and Chudamala areas. The first landslide occurred around 2 a.m. local time yesterday, followed by another at 4:10 a.m. local time. The landslides have destroyed several houses, uprooted trees, and made water bodies swell, hampering the rescue work. The injured have been receiving treatment in various hospitals in Wayanad. Efforts are underway to locate missing people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Opposition Leader Rahul Gandhi, Home Minister Amit Shah and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin have expressed their condolences and offered assistance in the incident. A high-level meeting has been held under the leadership of Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan to coordinate rescue operations. The Chief Minister has also reviewed the coordination with the central government agencies, deployment of disaster response force, and health and safety precautions and the facilities in the relief camps. Many people are feared to have been washed away as a landslide struck the hilly areas. The Indian Army is continuing to lead rescue operations in terms of ongoing rescue operations. 4 columns from Defence Security Corps centered in Kannur and 122 Territorial Army Battalion are conducting combined rescue operations. An advance party from Madras Engineering Group and Center has reached the site and is conducting reconnaissance. Commandant of the Para Regiment Training Center has also arrived with his team. They are coordinating with the Indian Army's humanitarian assistance and disaster relief efforts. As for the status of additional columns and allied efforts, 2 additional sets of Billy bridges from the center commenced movement by road. A C-17 aircraft carrying 1 set of Bailey Bridge from Engineer Stores Depot from Delhi Cant and 3 search and rescue dog teams have been sent as well. 2 HADR columns, including 2 medical teams, were airlifted from Trivandrum and have arrived in Kozhikode. The actions planned for today include rescue operations with the NDRF and civil administration, construction of a bridge on the Mipadi-Churamalai road, which will commence. An aerial reconnaissance by Brigadier Segan and the ETF commander is also being carried out. Meanwhile, as per the Indian Meteorological Department, heavy to very heavy rainfall is very likely to occur at isolated places in Kerala on July 31st and August 1st. The Weather Department has predicted heavy rainfall for August 2nd. It is also here important to know that various climate scientists believe that these extreme weather events and disasters are caused by climate change. A senior climate scientist, S. Abhilash, has warned that the warming of the Arabian Sea is contributing to the development of deep cloud systems, which is causing extreme heavy rainfall. Now, our correspondent Siddharth MP has sent us this ground report from Wayanad. Take a look.
Churamalai is one of the worst hit regions in the Wayanad landslide. So right behind us, you can see the kind of terrain that's prevalent over here. The goal here is to actually transport people and whatever little equipment using that zip line or that rope link that they've tied from that end to this end. So even the mortal remains as we speak are being brought from that end. More than 130 people, as we know, have lost their lives in this tragedy. Almost 400 plus have been rescued. And, 100 people are said to be missing. And the bigger tragedy here is that given that a lot of homes have been washed away, complete families, have been victims in this tragedy, major hope that the people have today here is that the Indian Army will bring specialized engineering teams. They will attempt to build a bridge, a makeshift one, and also they're bringing what is a prefabricated bridge. The prefabricated bridge is known as a Bailey's Bridge. It's being brought on a heavy lift aircraft known as a C-17 Globemaster 3. So once that is brought in, it will have to be trucked all the way to Wayanad, at least a 3-hour drive from the nearest airport. And then that bridge will have to be placed here. But those are military grade bridges and extremely huge. Even heavy vehicles can travel on that bridge. So once that is established, land link will be established, and thereafter the rescue can progress at a much faster rate. Army, Navy, NDRF, state authorities, Air Force, name it, all of them are on site. Thousands of them, volunteers as well. They're all here to ensure that they can provide succor to the people of Wayanad as much as possible and as soon as possible. With video journalist Nagappa from Wayanad, Churalmala, Siddharth MP, WION World is One.
Now we're talking about the warming of Arabian Sea, which is linked to an landslide. This is according to his research. Now joining us is the scientist who has done this research. He is a senior climate scientist. He's director of Advanced Center for Atmospheric Radar Research at Kochi University. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, let me just begin by asking you, you've done this research. Now, you also mentioned the deep cloud systems. Can you explain to us what that means?
Sure. These are the Southeast Arabian Sea is becoming a hotspot for deep development of convective clouds, because these are the clouds which can grow up to a height of like 14 kilometers in the vertical, so that the cloud base will start from maybe from half a kilometer all the way up to 14 kilometers. These are called deep convective clouds. So that means, as you know, this is a very active monsoon situation where the offshore trough has been active for the last 2 weeks, and the monsoon trough is also very active, and there are many embedded cyclonic circulation within the monsoon trough. All these dynamical situations are favoring very extreme rainfall, heavy to very heavy rainfall all along the west coast, starting from northern Kerala all the way up to northern Konkan region. So this is happening for the last 2 weeks, and we are, especially the northern Kerala region is receiving almost like 50 to 70% of excess rain during these last 2 weeks. And apart from that, this is the main reason, because as far as a landslide is concerned, there are two type of the rainfall. The antecedent rainfall is also very much important, because the rainfall which is happening the previous days or the previous week is largely contributing to this event, where this antecedent rainfall is preparing the land and the soil to make more saturated, to become more potential for triggering the landslide. And this triggering rainfall is produced from the extremely heavy rainfall, that is from the deep convective clouds. So in our findings, we found that after 2019, the same region, the Putumala region, is almost like 2 kilometers far from the current Mundake region where this current landslide occurred. This mountainous region shares almost similar landscape. And at that time, we found that the clouds were very deep, and that produced almost like 37 centimeters of rain in one day, in which we found that consecutively for 2-3 hours, the rainfall was of the order of 10 to 15 centimeters. That lasted for 2-3 hours. Then we look at why it happened. We found that the Southeast Arabian Sea, very close to Kerala coast, is becoming a hotspot for the deep development of this type of convective clouds. So once these convective clouds, most part of these convective clouds, the deep clouds are raining out at the sea most of the times. But sometimes when this active monsoon situation, that is what I already mentioned about the offshore trough and the monsoon trough, which is the signatures of a large-scale rain-bearing system during an active monsoon situation, which dynamically force the westerly wind, because that is known as the southwest wind, which is actually the monsoon wind, that will carry all these deep clouds and moisture along with that towards the land, and that will make a lot of a situation similar to a mini cloudburst type of event. It is not a kind of classical cloudburst event, but it is a very large scale, mesoscale organization of this type of deep convective cloud clusters within these large systems. And these clusters together that can produce rainfall of the order of like 10 to 15 centimeters in not in 1 hour, but in 2-3 hours. So our claim is that though it is not framed as a classical cloudburst event, it is defined as 10 centimeters of rain in 1 hour. But this type of rain events produced from the mesoscale organization of the convective cloud clusters that can also continuously produce rain for 2-3 hours, but that will be exceeding like 10 to 15 centimeters, which is also having the same damage potential as that of a major or a classical cloudburst event as far as the Western Ghats is concerned, because as you know, the Western Ghats is already disturbed due to many reasons. Yeah.
Now, since you mentioned this, is this extremely unique to this area, or because we've seen flash floods and landslides caused in, for example, Ethiopia, which was extremely recent? So is it unique to this continent?
Actually, these extreme events are becoming more widespread all over the world, because many places we have been witnessing this happening frequently, and extreme events are happening frequently. But thing is that when it happens over a vulnerable region, that will cause a lot of damage. That is what the stake. As far as that is what the changing climate change related changing cloud structural pattern and changing pattern of the rainfall behavior, rather than if you look at the daily scale rainfall, the last day, the day in which Mundage got received this copious amount of rainfall, that day itself almost region close to those Mundage region received almost like 24 centimeters of rain in 1 day. But this all 24 centimeters of rain maybe due to this deep development of clouds, all this rain is concentrated for like 2-3 hours. So it is not distributed over a over 1 day period. Rather, it will mostly it will happen over a period of 2-3 hours. So that is what that concentration of this rainfall, that is the main reason for triggering this type of event. When it is occurring over a fragile or the already disturbed or the susceptible landslide susceptible zone, it can trigger landslide. That is what, if it is occurring over a mainland, there is no issues. It can produce some kind of local waterlogging or kind of local floods and all. But otherwise, if it is occurring over a highly susceptible zones like this Western Ghats and the Northern Kerala, that is going to be a great, it has the potential to produce lot of damage. That is what our stake is.
All right, well, Dr. Abhilash, thank you so much for joining us and giving your insights and explain us what is behind this landslide.